My first reaction was how much I didn't know, that I thought I did know, and how unsafe that made me. Didn't know it.
I always recommend the class just because if you just learn one thing or two things in the class that help save your life or put you into a spot where you're not in danger, then the class is worth it. The value of the class is you can't put a price on it. The class is free. It doesn't cost anything to take it. It takes a little bit of time out of your life, but that little bit of time might save your life.
I know friends of mine have been riding ever since they were getting driver's license. And some of them went through just a regular two-wheel class, and they all say that, there's something to be learned.
Having no motorcycle experience previously at all, I thought it would be a really good idea to take that course for some background for safety. So I signed up last fall and took the class, and it was just absolutely phenomenal.
It is definitely a different kind of ride. So from a motorcyclist that's typically, a two-wheel rider, I would highly recommend they take the course, get some kind of training, because it's going to be totally different than what they were used to before on two wheels.
There was a lot of things that were specific to three wheels. Where you sit on the motorcycle, it's slightly different. You can't lean a three-wheel motorcycle to go into a curve, so you have to anticipate things a little sooner.
What I want you to do is read the question, then point out where you found it.
I think that there's just as much value in the classroom as there was as physically being on the bike. So when you go out and you get on the bike, all that mental stuff is already in there.
It was very basic. They progressed us through the steps as we went. It got more complicated and improved our skill sets as we went through the course.
The instructors were very friendly. They didn't make you feel uncomfortable or weird that you hadn't ridden before. They just eased you right into it.
I liked the swerve to teach me to be aware of how to react to a problem if something's out in the road in front of me. Whenever there's anything there unexpected, a child runs out, a dog runs out, something's dead in the middle of the road, you don't want to hit it.
I learned that I can do more with that bike than I thought I could. I was skeptical on going around corners or, turning real sharp. And as far as stopping, and they'll stop a lot quicker than what you anticipate they will.
Gave you that ability to know and to put yourself into a spot where you're never having to make emergency maneuvers. It just comes naturally, automatically when you move around.
I had one student last year, as a matter of fact, came back and said, I got to tell you, that quick stop that you taught us, I think I saved a 4-year-old's life. He said, I was driving down Philadelphia Street and just having a nice ride, and all of a sudden this child darted out between two parked cars. He said, I just automatically went into a quick stop. He said, I stopped inches away from this child. Her mother was quite frantic, came out and got him, and he said, it really worked.
I was driving on the Beltway, and there was a car went over a tire tread, flipped it up. I was able to maneuver and get around that tire rather than it hitting me.
The class reminds you and gives you awareness of your surroundings. I had trucks pull out in front of me. My wife and I, another couple feet, and I wouldn't be standing here.
What really surprises me is how many spots I'm really not in because I'm not putting myself in that spot. And when I see other riders put themselves in really precarious spots, I'm thinking to myself, they need a class.